Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Kamal, I have it always a little bit difficult that you give lessons to us. You are leaving the Union and you are explaining here what to do in the future. It's incredible, incredible. Should it be not better that you know what to do in Britain? Because the Brexiteers, in my opinion, they have no any clue of what needs to be done for the moment. That should be better, to give lessons in London and not here, in Strasbourg. In fact, the Brexiteers, they remind me rats fleeing a sinking ship. Cameron resigned. Johnson abandoned. Yeah, and Farage wants more time for himself and his family to spend his European salary, apparently. So the Leave man remains, or disappeared for the moment. So I think that probably, dear colleagues, the last man standing in Britain will be a woman. That will happen. And it shall be like in the time of Margaret Thatcher, only a woman is capable to manage a divided Tory party, as we see it today. So yeah, a woman will rescue Britain. And my second, in fact, bad surprise, Mr. Tusk, last week was the reaction of the European Council to this political earthquake, because an earthquake it is what happened in Britain. The only reaction I have heard of the Council was that we should not change anything, that it is just a question of implementing the existing European policies. I find this shocking, and I find it also irresponsible. I don't think that you understand what is happening. It's not only a Brexit referendum. Before that, there was a referendum in Denmark, negative. There was a referendum on the Ukraine agreement in the Netherlands, negative. Now in the UK, what are you waiting for? For the next referendum in France? The next referendum in Italy, maybe? When you will recognise, in fact, well, will the Council recognise that this type of European Union of today, you cannot defend it anymore, and that Europe needs to be reformed, and in my opinion, that a new project, a new vision should be presented to the citizens of Europe. Because the truth is that the European citizens are not against Europe, they are against this Europe. And the proof of that, Mr. President, is the Eurobarometer. And I'm asking myself why Commission and Parliament have not published this Eurobarometer far too earlier, because it's from a few weeks ago, from April. You know what the results are? People, 82% want more European action on the fight against terrorism. 77% of the European citizens ask more European action in the fight against unemployment. 75% of the European citizens ask for more European action in the fight against tax fraud. 74% are asking more European action on the issue of migration. On 14 of the 15 questions put forward to the European citizens in this Eurobarometer a few weeks ago, people are asking for more European action, not less European action. The problem is that Europe has become what? Europe has become an expert in legislation on the exact measures and the colour of our packets of cigarettes. We have become an expert in deciding the amount of flushing water in the toilets, and also in the level of subsidies that a local football club can receive from a local government. But what they want, the citizens, and that is what the European Barometer tells us, that is that they want a European border and coast guard, a European asylum and migration policy to tackle the migration crisis, to have a European capacity and intelligence to tackle terrorism, to have a European government to defend the euro, and to have a European army to defend our borders and to end conflicts in our neighbourhood. That is what the citizens are asking. That is what they are asking here. The problem is, the inconvenient truth, in fact, I should better say, the convenient lie is that more of the same will not get us out of this crisis, dear colleagues. That is burying our heads in the sand. People want you to work on another Europe, and a Europe that delivers results. And by not doing that, and what you are doing is sleepwalking towards a disaster, towards 27 other referendums in the near future. So let's not be naive. The real problem today, and Mr. Pittella is right, when he is mentioning Schäuble, is intergovernmentalism. A loose confederation of nation states based on unanimity cannot work. That is the reality of today, that you don't recognise until now. And I can tell you, and I conclude with that, Mr. President, we're going to do our homework. Parliament will be ready in October with a global plan based on 3 reports of the way forward. And we're going to not talk, be sure, about federalism, integration, deepening, widening, coordination, implementation, and all these other buzzwords that are in the centre of our discussions. We're going to simply go back to the ideas of our founding fathers. That is what we have to do. And that's the challenge, now or never. I think really, or the Union will change, Mr. Tusk, or it will die. That is at stake.